enhancing local government with story maps. If you're watching this, then unfortunately I was trapped by the great snowpocalypse of 2015 and was unable to make the conference in person. I'd like to congratulate everyone who was able to attend. You definitely made it through more than I could. I'd like to start to talk to you today about how the City of Danville utilized Esri's story maps to create an interactive experience for our Riverwalk. In Danville, we have 9 miles of paved trails that follow the beautiful Dan River and surrounding area, and we wanted to be able to share some of the great features along the Riverwalk with the general public. The first thing we had to figure out was, how do we get the word out about the Riverwalk? We're a small town, we have limited resources, so we wanted to try to find a way to do this in-house in an effective manner that we could get out to the public to attract people to come to the Riverwalk. So, our Parks and Rec department had info on their website, but unfortunately it was very static. It was one thing, you went to the page and you would have to click on each individual park to find out the entry points. There were a variety of links and location maps. In order to get some semblance of a complete overview of the Riverwalk, though, users would have to switch back and forth between multiple web pages, and each web page had its own expandable map, but none of it kind of tied it all together. You were kind of scattered if you were trying to get a complete overview of what the Riverwalk was, how to get to it, and what to find along it. So the next thing we had to think about was, how was our online presence? Well, our online presence was sort of limited as far as the Riverwalk went. You could Google it and it would come up with the Parks and Rec website, or a variety of sort of tourist review sites, which had great reviews, which was very great for publicity, but unfortunately only provided us with very limited public provided descriptions. Again, this didn't give us an overall view of what the Riverwalk encompassed and what was available to people when they came to visit it. So we decided that we could work with Parks and Recreation staff to get photos and descriptions to use to get the word out. But what format could we put that in? We decided that Esri's story maps would be a perfect fit for us. We could utilize the Parks and Rec staff, gather images and descriptions that they wanted to use to showcase the Riverwalk, and using the story maps also enabled us to complete the project in-house without the additional cost of any kind of vendor assistance. The next step was, of course, to decide how to collect the data in a fairly easy-to-use method. We had to utilize something that Parks and Rec staff would have easy access to and wouldn't require any kind of addition of new equipment for us. Again, limited budget. We had to stick with kind of what we had to use. We found that using Collector was a perfect solution for us. Collector was able to be downloaded through the App Store on any kind of smartphone, and would connect directly to our ArcGIS Online for Organizations account. We would be able to create a base map and a feature layer that would be editable with the necessary fields to allow the editor to enter location descriptions, as well as set the layer up to allow for image capture. Now, all Parks and Rec staff had to do was install the Collector application on their smartphones, log into our ArcGIS Online for Organizations account, and access the pre-established base map. When they came to a location they wanted to take a picture, they would open the Collector app, take a shot, and the geolocation feature placed the photo right where they were standing. And they could then edit the descriptions once they got back to the office. We could utilize the Collector data directly in the Riverwalk story map then, and with some light photo editing, we were ready to put the final touches on the Riverwalk story map. We added some logo customization, some hyperlinks, and an introductory slide with a map key, sort of help identify the color-coded marker symbols. And then, when we rolled it out, we decided to push it out in the form of an iframe on the Parks and Rec website. That would give us an initial view, sort of a synopsis for the public to use when they first went to the web page. It gave us multiple ways to interact with the story map also. The iframe provided a list view, pop-out photos, a panable map, and descriptions to go along with all the images that were in the story map itself. The top of the web page that had the iframe also contained a link to the full story map. That enabled the users to look at the synopsis iframe and then go to the full-blown, full-page story map that gives you the full immersive experience, if you will. I'd like to take you for a short tour through the actual website here real quick. And so once this loads up, I'll give you a quick tour of the way this was rolled out for us. As you can see here, this is the iframe, and the iframe map gave us the ability to look at each individual map point and zoom out on the map to get an overall view of all the Riverwalk points. It allowed us to also view the descriptions per image, see the pop-out pictures for each individual map point, as well as utilize a complete list view for all of the map locations along the Riverwalk story map. So you could simply come over here and pick any of those areas and simply look at the pictures with the descriptions and then go right back to where it corresponded on the map. And this was sort of a great, quick, easy way for people to access the data on the page. At the top, we had a call out that brought us directly to the full-blown story map. And this gave you sort of the full experience of the Riverwalk story map, and like I said, the customized entry logo here with the color-coded marker points. And this allows you to browse through a little easier, zooming to each location with the photos provided at each stop. The Riverwalk is a great place to come visit. I'd encourage anybody to please visit our website at playdanville.com. Take a look at all the amenities we have along the area. It's a really great place. The Riverwalk also links to 38 miles of mountain bike trails that are maintained by the Southern Virginia Mountain Bike Association. They were voted #1 in the state of Virginia and made the top 20 for the entire country, actually. So if there's any mountain bikers out there, please come visit that also. In conclusion, we ended up finding that Esri Story Maps provided us with the perfect platform to hopefully attract more people to come enjoy the great outdoor experiences in Danville. It also gave us the flexibility to add more points of interest, update content as was needed. We could eventually add a video component for tours of facilities and highlight events that would eventually be taking place in different areas, such as the Glow Run, Glow with the Flow Run, the Dirty Dan Dash. We have lots of 5K events that take place up and run along the Riverwalk and utilize some of the mountain bike trails. This turned out to be a really good solution for us. Like I said, we were able to develop it in-house, no extra vendor cost. And I appreciate your time. Once again, sorry I couldn't make it today. I hope everybody has a safe trip home today, or at least is staying in a hotel nearby. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. Here, like I said, I work for the City of Danville. There's my email address, and I'm sure they'll be posting all of these presentations online at a later date. Thank you very much.